Hello, everyone, and welcome to Spoilers. Obviously,
Spoilers, obviously.
I am exhausted, and with us, Moses Moon.
Hello, exhausted. I'm Moses Moon.
It is 11:40 p.m. our time. Yes.
Hell yeah! Started to record late today.
Yeah, we did. I am tired.
Yeah, on a scale of 1 to tired, how tired are you?
I was falling asleep by the time you texted me, and like, oh, you know what? It's the last day of the week when you are available, so I might as well take advantage of this.
Might as well. Yeah, man.
Yeah. So I got off my ass from the couch and, got all the stuff. And here we are recording
I appreciate that, man. It's
thy
nice to be
episode.
here. Always a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure to have you. It's always fun and to get very, very deep into your mind.
Yeah, well, see what we can do. We got a good one today, so
We
I'm pretty stoked.
we do have a good one today. So yeah, today we are going to talk about a movie called The Outfit.
The outfit. What are you wearing right now? Describe to our audience.
I am wearing what is this called? You know, the Christmas special holiday shirt, whatever.
Plaid.
Yeah, the plaid, the plaid shirt and PJs.
Classic plaid, red and black, and PJs. Don't stand up. It's okay. I'll don't need my imagination for much. I'm currently wearing, for my outfit today, I'm wearing a Hoods or like Hood Company sweater that is very comfortable, and a Keep Calm, I know Krav Maga t-shirt with some shorts.
Nice. And
Yeah.
a little beanie as well.
Yeah, and a beanie too, and a Psycho watch that I really like.
Nice. I took off my
Yeah.
my watch before I fell asleep on the couch.
Right.
Yeah, so let's get into this.
Let's do it.
So this movie is called The Outfit, as I mentioned earlier. This
Yeah.
movie takes place in the year 1956, if I remember right.
The time of gangsters.
The time
and
of
mobsters.
Exactly. And it's in Chicago, if I remember right.
Chicago. Probably. I don't think setting isn't super important, but it does establish certain things. I only say that because I don't remember. It was a long time before when I watched this film.
Well, I watched this film twice, and I think last time I saw it was last week, and the first time I saw it was like 2 weeks ago. So I've never heard of this movie, and by the end of December, all these YouTube channels that talk about movies, they like to give like here's my top 10 of 2022.
Yeah.
And I follow about 3 or 5 YouTube channels that I from time to time watch the videos, and all of them did here's my top 10.
No.
Most of them did the exact same top 10. One of them did a different list, and I was like, oh my god, I've never heard this movie. So I don't remember everything on his list, but I do remember The Outfit, the menu
being on there,
the menu, Till, about Emmett Till, which was interesting. I do suggest it if you want to. And some other movies that I don't remember. One of them was with playing what I forget the actress name, but Galadriel, the real Galadriel.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Exactly. So she plays in a movie called TUE, if I'm not mistaken, or TEU, something like that. In the movie, she's she plays in an orchestra. She's the person who tells people what to do, how to do.
The conductor.
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't see that movie. I'm gonna watch that movie because I heard amazing reviews on that movie. But anyways, yeah. So like I said, we are talking about The Outfit, and in summary, this movie is about a tailor, to be more accurate, a cutter and a tailor. What is the difference between the two? as they explain in the movie, a
Mm.
tailor is a guy who can just take a needle and a thread and can just, have 15 minutes of his time and fix,
Mhm.
shirts and pants and suits. That's a tailor. A cutter, he designs everything from scratch.
Yep.
Like, so that's basically the
He
difference.
designs everything, and then he is the one to cut the fabric, hence the name cutter, with a very pair of mean-looking shears.
Exactly. So and back in the day, everyone were wearing suits. So basically, imagine everyone wearing suits. He would design it from zero, from scratch.
Yeah.
A person would come, he would do all the measurements, and he would, design everything, cut it, and it's amazing.
It's
So
incredible.
we begin the movie with a narration, and the narration is of the main character, and he tells us, to the naked eye. I vaguely remember what we hear in the narration, but I'll try my best. So he
Mm.
says, to the naked eye, a suit is designed of two pieces, the
Yeah.
suit and the pants. To a cutter, it is designed by over 200 pieces. And he slowly goes into it, and then he says, like, there's like 200 and something steps that you need to do just to make a suit, like the whole
Yeah.
the whole thing. In the meantime, we see how
It was
he
a good
works.
opening narrative or
It,
little
it was a great opening.
exposition.
It was a great opening, and the best part is the ending. How the beginning and the ending kind of go together. It's like,
They
holy
bookend on
shit.
each other. Yeah.
Exactly. It was like, wow, amazing. So at first, this is also kind of a slow movie. The movie is overall, if I remember, it's an hour and 45 minutes, so not that long. Around 20 minutes into the movie, that's when it picks up the pace. It's like,
Yep.
okay, I start to understand what's happening over here. Anyway, so it's basically we have the main character. He's a cutter. We have his secretary, and then we have the mafia. Now, what does the mafia have to do with the cutter?
The mob squad.
The mobsters. So what do they have to do with the cutter? So they basically drop notes in a mailbox in his office, basically in his work area. Now they are the mob, so like, yeah, you're gonna do this or we kill you. So he's obviously like, I'm just gonna look away. I don't want to know what the fuck you guys do. I just want to do my thing. Leave me alone. Let me do my job. I will let you do your business, but I don't need to know what you do, and just leave me alone.
I mean, also at this point, we also know that he does do the suits for the mob.
Yeah, we also know that, but that's as customers. But they also use his office, his work area, as a drop location for letters. So it's interesting. So we meet the cutter. I forget everyone's names, but I'll try my best. The cutter, the secretary, and the mafia child, and the mafia god. I think I don't remember their names. Seen the movie twice to remember their names. Anyways, the mafia child. Why do I call him child? Because he is the son of the head mafia. And they go into the mailbox in the cutter's office, and one of the letters has a weird mark on it. And that's when they're like, okay, we need to talk. Tell the cutter to get out of the office. They talk with each other. In the meantime, the cutter and the secretary talk with each other. And she's like, I'm not okay with everything that's going on over here. I can handle myself. You're not my dad. And how she wants to raise, she wants to travel the world. And he's kind of avoiding her. And then later, the mafia, like, they leave. And she's now all pissed off. And also what I loved in this movie, it took me a while, but I think it took me about 30 minutes, and I noticed like, oh my god, we have never left the store. The
Yep.
entire movie takes place in the store. It took me about 30 minutes to notice it. I'm that slow.
Honestly, I don't even think I clinked to the fact until after. I was like, did we just spend the entire movie in the store? Like, you don't expect that. It's one of the, there's a kind of movie that's a one location film kind of deal.
Mhm.
But I swear there was like exterior shots in someone's house and cars, but I don't remember. I just remember, yeah, it was so good.
No, yeah, the entire movie takes place in the store. The only time we are actually outside of the store is in the beginning when the cutter comes into the shop.
Yeah.
Spoilers at the end when he leaves.
Oh, that's true. I mean, it is kind of a spoiler because you don't know what's going to happen. Shit goes crazy in this.
Yeah, shit definitely goes crazy over here. And it is a spoiler because, like I said, around 20 minutes, that's when everything picks up. And it's like, oh my God, who's going to live? Who's going to lie? Who's going to die? And all that.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, the mafia is, they read the note and they are now worried. We can see they have a worried face on them. Later on, we actually find out why are they worried. The reason they are worried is because they have found out there is a rat in
There's
the
a
mafia.
mole, a
There's
rat, a snitch
Exactly.
to the FBI.
Exactly.
Or I guess, I don't know. Was it the FBI? It was something government.
It was the FBI, yes.
Okay.
The thing is, they have no idea who's the rat. They have a tape. So they say like, oh, the police invented this new device that can record and all that. And, since we have friends in high places, they gave us a copy, but we don't have a machine to play the tape. So we're trying to find a way how to play the tape. Once we know what we hear, we can locate where was this recorded and we can find out who is the mole. So that is basically what the premise of the movie, more or less. So
Oh, it's so good. It's all flooding back to me. It's just like, oh, this gets complicated, but it's so good. If you haven't seen the movie by now, just pause right now and just go watch it. We'll just end the podcast. Go, and no spoilers. Just this is a huge. You just must watch this film.
It is a must watch because it is
It flew under the radar too. Like,
it did. It definitely did flew under the radar. Again, I did not hear about this movie until basically December. I don't know when this movie came out. This movie could have come out in January 2022. I only found out by December about this movie. Well, to be more accurate, January, because of 2023.
I thought I watched it way back, but
no. So yeah, what is amazing about this movie? So like I said, the mafia found out there's a mole, there's a rat. This entire movie is basically, it's kind of a who's done it kind of movie, but not who's done it. It's more like who is the rat, who is the mole,
who done did it.
Yeah, so and the thing is, as you watch, it's like, okay, I've seen all the characters in the movie, so I must have seen the rat. I must have seen the mole.
You must have.
So now you're trying to figure out who is the rat, who is the mole, because when we start the movie, like I said, with the cutter, the secretary, and the two mafias. So like, okay, so, and they are the four characters that we see for most of the movie.
Yeah.
And then we see more characters throughout the movie. But the entire time, like, okay, it has to be one of those four, characters. And it's just how they did it, how they revealed everything. It's like, wow, absolutely amazing. So the two mafia, they leave the shop. Later in the day, one of the mafia, the child mafia, comes to the store with the secretary because they're dating and all that. She's kissing him, and the cutter, the owner, he's in his office.
He's not having it.
No, but he's in his office. He's just
right. Oh yeah, when they come in the evening. Yeah.
he's just listening, and then he drops something and he then plays asleep. And then after that they leave. And after they leave, let's say an hour or two later, the child mafia comes again with the security mafia, banging on the door, and the owner, the cutter, he opens. It's like, what's going on? And we see the child. He has been shot
Yep.
in the stomach.
Mhm.
So, and that's more or less where the 20-minute mark of the movie
Hits. Yeah.
hits. And from here, everything will slowly start picking up the pace. Again, it's an hour and 40 minutes, so it's a fast movie. Amazing.
Yeah.
So obviously, this is where we also find out there's a rat. We also hear there was like a shootout between this family and the other family. I forget the names of the family. Let's say Lorenzo. I could be right over here. I don't know.
Yeah.
So they're now at the cutter shop. In the meantime, the God Mafia is calling in the family, telling him what's happening and that his son is okay. He will survive, and no worries. In the meantime, he the cutter is taking care of the child. He's sewing him up.
Yeah. He's not a doctor. He had like basic field skills from World War I, basically, or something. But even then, like, he's not prepared for that because he only has his cutter's tools.
Yeah. World War I or World War II, because they do mention Nazis.
Oh, World War II. Yeah.
Yeah. Because they also give a few flashbacks, but it's not really flashbacks. Well, it is for the main character, the cutter. But we see it's not like flashback. Oh, here's information. It's like here's a burning house.
Yeah.
Here's the room that is burning, like 2 seconds. So that's it. So that's like the only time we actually leave the store, when we see his dreams or whatever. But it's like literally just a 2-3 second frame. So it's doesn't really count. Anyways, so now the Gordon Mafia guy is like freaking out, like he's worried, because there's a mole, there's a rat, and there, people after them, and he tells them all about the tape, and he says like, no one can find this tape. If I find out this tape is gone, I will kill you. In the meantime, I'm gonna go find a machine that can play this tape because I know someone who can help me with this.
Right.
So he leaves. In the meantime, the kid falls asleep, and I forgot to say, when the kid was shot in the belly, they put him on the cutter's table. Obviously, took off his jacket and hung the jacket on one of the hooks. Very important detail.
Important details. In a set that small, everything is a Occam's razor, or not Chekhov's gun. There we go.
Yeah. So the god leaves, and now the kid falls asleep, whatever, faints, and the cutter opens the suitcase where the record is, the tape is. We see him open the suitcase, and that's it. We don't see anything else. After that, the kid wakes up. We see the cutter on the couch sewing up a suit or whatever. And they sit and talk, and at some point, and this was like, oh my god, what is going on? Because again, you're trying to find out who is the rat over here. You kind of have your suspicions. You again still see, you up till now we have still seen only 4 characters. And this is where the cutter drops basically the F-bomb, but not the F-bomb. He drops the bomb, and he says to the kid, "I'm the rat. I have been, working with the FBI, letting them put the device over here, record, and I've been selling it." And the kid is like, "What the fuck?" and all that. Oh my god! And then he starts laughing.
It's as if the bluff, it's so strong of a reveal that the kid doesn't even believe it. And he's like, yeah, as if.
Exactly. And when they say it's like, oh, okay. So he's not the rat. And this is when they started also messing with the audience, because you're like, holy shit, is he the rat? He just revealed that he must be like,
Yeah.
no, he's not the rat. Okay.
No, or is he? I don't know.
Exactly. So now if you make your own list, like who is the rat? So like, okay, he's not the rat, but wait. He then argues with him. Of course I can be the rat. Why can't I be the rat? It's like,
No.
fuck, god damn it. He could play the dumb one, but he's also so smart because later we see how good he is in line, and it's amazing. We also get the detail of how the main mafia guy, the father,
Mhm.
he was the owner's first customer. So
Yeah.
that he moved from London all the way to Chicago, and his dad was like the first customer. So it's funny. What else happens? Oh yeah, so in the meantime we have the cutter talks with the kid, and he's kind of like, listen, so the guy, he left, he didn't tell me where he left. He said that he wants to find a way to how to play the cassettes, the tape, and he wants to do it alone. He doesn't want your help or anything, blah blah blah, basically planting seeds into his head.
Yeah.
And then the god comes back. He's like, great, I found a guy who can play it. And he says to the kid, like, you stay over here, I'll go by myself. It's all good. Don't worry. He's like, why do you want to go on your own? Why don't you want to wait for my dad? Like, my dad should be any minute now. It's like, why don't you want him to hear the tape? And now they're fighting. Like, now it's basically, okay, the god is a
Yeah,
rat.
because also it's like it was a specific conversation that was recorded that they're like, oh, it's pretty risky business.
It is, but it's amazing how in that splits, small scene, at first the cutter was the rat, then immediately like, oh no, so it's the goat because he doesn't want anyone to hear the tape. Obviously, he's the rat. Obviously, he recorded and works with the FBI. Not only that, we find out that he's not a part of the family. He's not a Lorenzo or whatever.
Yeah.
He's an outsider who joined into the family. He got up so close to the rank because
worked his way in, but it wasn't really what he was like trying to do.
exactly. But one of the main reasons why he got so high up on the mafia rank is because there was a hit on the father and the head of the mafia, and he was the only one there to protect him. Even his own. So that's how he got 6 bullets. And this is also important information. They keep telling us he got 6 bullets and he survived.
Yeah.
So and now we have the kid who has only 1 bullet. He's about to die. Anyways, they're now fighting on the suitcase because the tape is in the suitcase. They have the suitcase falls. It falls open. The tape is not there. It's gone. And that was a tape. The god thinks the kid has it. The kid thinks that the god has it. So like, what's going on over here? And at the end, there's a shootout. The god kills the kid. Shot him straight to the throat, and that's it. The kid is dead. All of this happens in front of the cutter's eyes. So obviously,
insane.
Obviously,
but he's also like, it's a liability, but he also at this point, the other guy, it's not the son, it's the guy who's trying to work his way in. He's like
the god.
Yeah, this is the part where he like hides the body and like forces the cutter to be like, you're listening to me now, kind of deal, right?
Yeah, it's great, like how all the twists and turns and reveals, like what amazing. This is one of those movies I will definitely watch many times and over again. I've already seen it twice in the span of 2 weeks. I don't mind watching it again even now. Obviously you always pick up on more details, the second time and the third time. So
good.
it is. So yeah, so they hide the body, and now the cutter tells the goat, like, okay, maybe you can lie, maybe you can get out of away,
Yeah.
we can all get out of this, because I don't want to do anything about it. I don't want to get in trouble. And he says, the guy says, I called the dad. He said his son is over here and he's okay. I shot him the fucking head. How do you want me to explain that?
Yeah.
I can't lie out of this. So now it's like, oh my God, how are you going to lie out of this? And for a second there, you get off, like, who's the rat? Now you're more invested, like, how are you going to get out of this?
Yep.
So it's they adding all these things. And as they're finishing hiding the body, boom, who's knocking on the door? The head mafia guy. Oh my God.
Ah.
Oh my God. Absolutely amazing. And I have to say, I don't know who is the head mafia, like the actor. I have no idea who he is, but he was a very convincing one. I looked at him like,
Mhm.
oh fuck, I don't want to deal with him. I don't want to be on his bad side. His voice was so
It
like,
was great.
oh, great, absolutely great acting, great acting.
It was genius. Absolutely genius.
Yeah. So he comes, he asks, like, where's his son? And the goat is like, he left. Like,
Yeah.
why did he leave? Well, he wanted to prove himself or something, so he took
Oh,
he took the tape
yeah.
and left. Like, so why didn't you go with him? Well, he said you might come over here, and I should wait here for you. And we can see he's struggling with wine. He's having a very bout, and you look at him, it's like, God, you're having a horrible time lying. How is it that
You
you
motherfucker.
exactly? How can you be the rat if you're having horrible time lying?
Hmm.
You know. And then the cutter, he gives off a line. It's like, oh my God, that's an amazing line. I don't remember what he said, but that's a great line. And in the meantime,
Yeah, because the cutter is like helping. Like you don't know where he's standing, but you know he's caught in the flurry of it, and he just needs to. It's so hard because you don't know who you're necessarily rooting for, but one of the definite characters that you are is definitely the cutter.
yeah. Well, I have to say, he's such a fucking gentleman. Like,
Hmm.
really, like the entire time. He looks like this is his shop. They come in, he looks down. He doesn't look directly to their eyes.
Hmm.
They tell him, get out of the room. So it's like, excuse me, sirs, I think I need to go out, and I'll be here
No.
soon or whatever.
Well, I mean, he came from England, and his manners were impeccable. So that
Exactly. But it's
made for some great dialogue within the thing, especially when he's commenting about the semi-culture shock here versus, England.
yeah. And you just reminded me that he came from England, and by you reminding me that I remember his name. I
Yeah.
don't think they ever revealed us his name, or maybe they do. But the mafia people, they call him English because he's English.
English. Yeah, yeah.
So,
All right,
I,
English.
so yeah. So from now on, I'll stop calling him the cutter. I'll start calling him English. So
All right.
for
Yeah.
the audience, so
For the audience sake.
yeah. So yeah. So the god the mafia head tells the god, go find my son, go find him, and don't come back without him. So he leaves,
Solid.
and who is left alone is the head of the mafia, security guard, and English. In the meantime, English and the mafia had, they talk with each other, and they go into the workshop where he
Hmm.
mainly works in the suits. And over there's a little, talk, as he's sewing, the head of the mafia, holds the shears in English is like, no, don't touch that. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. and he gives like, this is everything. This is my entire life. I came with
No,
nothing, from nothing,
just the shears.
just the shears, and look what I was able to build with just the shears. This is everything. Every cut I ever done was on this shears.
No,
And
from the
and the
first ones till now.
exactly, and the head of the mafia is like, I totally understand, and he pulls out his gun. This is my, equipment. This is my tools. Everything I've ever done for this city was with this weapon. I've killed people, and to make sure this city will get the best.
No,
And he's trying to get to a point to like, I will do whatever needs to be done to protect the city and make sure everything is okay. And over here, English is like, look at him. Why are you telling me this? And I forgot to mention, this is also a very important detail. This is December in Chicago, so it's snowing.
snow.
Yeah, I should have mentioned it earlier. Anyways, so English is like, why are you telling me this? And he says, the reason I'm telling you this is because you see that coat hanging, that belongs to my son.
Mm-hmm.
Now you tell me, and that's why it was a very important detail to notice the coat hanging.
Yeah.
Now you tell me, who in his right mind will go outside in December in Chicago without his coat?
Exactly.
And it's like, oh, now
Everyone's just like, oh fuck, he knew what the hell is gonna happen.
exactly. So like, oh fuck, English is fucked. He's going to die. He's like, oh my god, everything is going to be revealed. Oh my, they're gonna find the body. Oh, and let's not forget, we still need to find out who's the rat. I love how like the main focus in the beginning of the movie was who is the rat, and within what 20, like the second everything went to shit, immediately it turned into like, we don't care about the rat. It's like, let's keep this secret. Boom, he's dead. Let's keep this secret. This happens. Let's keep that secret. Let's make sure we lie and nothing gets revealed.
Yeah.
How can you do?
The stakes are so high, like you don't understand them, but you know the gravity. Like people are gonna die. I mean, someone already has, and we're just like, ooh.
Exactly. And let alone they did stuff the body in a casket, not casket, but a box, a cabinet. In the meantime, the cabinet is dripping blood.
Yep.
So it's like, oh, like even if you don't say anything, at some point they must notice the blood dripping, the pool of blood. So either way, you are limited to how long you can lie about this.
Yeah, because it's gonna get so ugly so quickly. Either way,
it's crazy. So the head of the mafia calls it the security guard, and he tells them, tell me what happened over here. I'm giving you like 5 seconds. In the meantime, he cocks the shotgun, and this is, he count 5, 4, 3. When he gets to 3, it's like, he promised me. I can't tell anything. Now, he never said who promised him. He just said he promised me that I won't say. I promised him that I won't say anything. I can't. He said he'll kill me. It's like, tell me, you're protected here by everyone. Like, I was your first customer. You and I are friends. You can trust me. Don't worry. And he said like, the god, the kid's god, he shot someone, and as he said he shot someone, the door of the store opens, and who is it? It's the god with the secretary. Dun,
yep.
dun,
dun, dun.
Bringing her back. She was not relevant for a lot of the movie, but at the same time, she was. Because
now everything's starting to spill on the ground.
Now everything starts to spill on the ground because, again, she was the kid's boyfriend, girlfriend. Sorry, she was the kid's girlfriend, and obviously, she's been hanging out with him, so she probably overheard stuff. So she could be the rat,
Maybe.
So now, So,
That fresh revelation of like, wait, whoa.
exactly, because you don't see her for a portion of the movie. It's like, okay, so she was just relevant for the beginning, and that's it. But then it's like they bring her back, like, oh fuck, she could be
Hey,
the
what's she
rat.
doing here? Oh wait. Oh.
Exactly. So now you have like, okay. You have English that he admitted to being the rat, but he might not be the rat, but he might is the rat. Then we have the secretary that they brought her back so she could be the rat. Then we have the god who he
Mhm.
could be the rat. Who else could be the rat? Anyone else? There's no really other options unless if
Yeah.
it's someone we don't know, haven't met yet. So it's like, okay, from the people we've seen so far, these are the top 3 or top 5, whatever. There was only 3 people as of right now. And it's like the god is holding a gun to the secretary girl, and English
It's a
is like,
very
oh,
simple plot, everyone. Like it's a straightforward movie. It's very, very
exactly.
easy to follow along.
Exactly. It is very easy to follow along, but same time, it's
It's
like
not-
on your toes. It's like,
yeah.
what's happening? What's
There's
going
just a
on?
lot of details going on, but it's honestly very clear as it's happening.
Yeah. And as the English was about to say, like, he shot your son, he enters, he has a gun on the secretary, and obviously doesn't want the secretary to die. So it's like, fuck, I can't say anything. So then the mafia is like, you're protected from everyone. You're protected from me, from my god, from the kid's god. All the guns over here are here to protect you. Just speak. It's like, yeah, except for one gun that is
Yeah.
not that is not protected me and currently is aimed on the head of my secretary, who has nothing to do with this, let alone, he knows everything because he has a keen eye. So
Mm.
instead of saying the truth, what does he do? He comes up with a brilliant lie. It's like, how the fuck did you do that? And
Mhm.
and this is also a very important detail because we see the god is horrible at lying, and then we have him, great liar. He's an amazing liar.
Masterpiece. Yeah.
So this is alone like, okay, who can lie? A rat can lie, so he must be the rat. But at the same time, he couldn't be the rat because he's lying to save his own life. Everything he's saying over here is not like, oh, I'm trying to escape with me being the rat. It's like, no, I'm lying to save my life and my coworker's life. Those are
Yep.
the lies he's giving. So it's like, okay, so it might not be the rat. So it's
But
still
then
this,
again, it could be.
again, amazing. So it's this game. He is the rat. He's not the rat. He's the rat. She's the rat. What's so he gives the lie. It's like your son. The secretary shot there was a little shootout before they came over here. The god he shot, your son didn't shot, and he felt ashamed of it. So he wanted to feel a hero and just go shoot. He said he needs to kill someone. So that's why he left, and he promised us not to tell anything because he know you want to prove, and that's why he left. And this is English. English is saying all of this. It's like,
Yeah.
that's a great lie.
It's got cojones. He's gonna go specifically. He's gonna go to the other mobsters in town, and like all along, there's this tension in the movie with like the unseen other mobsters going on, and he's like, so his lie is like, he's gonna go pick a fight with those guys or end them in some way.
Exactly.
That I heard about some corner, some street where there's supposed to be a shootout.
Yeah. So that's what's going on. I forgot to mention the outfit. The movie is named The Outfit. Up till now, in the movie they did explain us what is the outfit. I forgot to mention. So during the conversation between the head of the mafia and English, before the head of the mafia found out that his son is missing, is not, that there's a lie, before the whole Shields thing and the coat hanging. So he tells them, we are being watched by the outfit. Do you know Al Capone? Like, of course I do. Well, Al Capone started this organization called the Outfit. And after his death, it basically became such a strong thing that, no matter who you are, if your mob is in the outfit, they will protect you no matter what. They will be there
Mhm.
for you. No matter where in the world, if you need something, they'll be there. They'll find out for you. They know everything. You cannot hide anything from them. They are the outfit. And they are watching us to see if we can apply and be a part of the outfit. This is what we
Mhm.
want to do. So we have just this one mission to do, and that's it. We are in the outfit. But first, to make sure we will be in the outfit, we must find out who is the rat and get rid of him and get rid of all these evidence.
Yep.
So that is the main reason for the mob. Why do they need to find out who's the rat? That's
Yeah.
their reasoning. English, he just doesn't want to die. That's his reasoning.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the little what is it called?
Little scuffle.
Yeah, little scuffle. So English is he said about his son that he left, and now the head mafia is like, okay, so let's go find him, and the security guard's like, yeah, I think I'll stay. Like, are you fucking kidding me? He just said that my son is all alone. He's going to a shootout alone. I need all my men with me. You want to stay behind? So that is also suspicious.
Very suspicious.
He doesn't want him to hear the recording. He doesn't want, because like, what's going on? But he said, like, you know what? Maybe he'll come back or whatever. I don't remember exactly what he says, but he convinces him and says, okay, you can stay. Or, he says like someone needs to protect them because, they're now all in this. Someone needs to protect them. So he convinces that mafia. And
Is this the point where he's already hidden the tape?
yeah.
Yep. Okay.
We're just about to find out about the tape.
Yeah. People at this point, people have been wondering where the tape is, and they're like, "Oh, okay, where the fuck is this thing?
Exactly.
We got to listen to it. Where did you go? You took it. Da 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 da." And like suspicions are being thrown at each other. Like, all right, where is the tape? Because that's part of the really important part.
Exactly. It is. And we know the audience, the tape is obviously in the store.
Yep.
What the head mafia thinks, he thinks because English said so, it's with his son.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the only people who know the truth is obviously the God and mafia and English. Those are the only two who know the truth. Anyways, so he convinces the head mafia that he will stay and protect them. They leave. We don't see them again.
Mm.
So now the God is still pointing a gun to the security, to the secretary. And he says like, okay, give me the tape or I shoot her. And he says, you can't shoot her. It's like, why can't I shoot her? Well, because she's the rat. It's like,
Bum, bum,
what the?
bum.
And you see her face like, what the fuck? So then it's like, oh my God, she's the rat. And he gives like, she's been working with the FBI and with the other mobsters to catch you. And he gives this entire story,
very elaborate
story of how she's the rat. And by the end of it, she looks at the girl and he says, sorry. And he says like, in about 2 minutes from now, she needs to call them to tell them. Oh wait, I think I forgot a detail. To tell them, anyways, I'll get to the detail in a second. She needs to call the other mob family and to tell them about the shootout that's going to, about the ambush that is going to happen. And once she does that, you know what's going to happen? The head mafia will be dead. Everyone will be dead. And who will stay alive? You will, which means you will be the new head mafia.
Yeah.
So here are the options. 1, we all die. Or 2, you give up your whatever is going on over here. You let her do the call. The head mafia dies and you become the head mafia. And he lets her do it. He lets her go and she calls the other mobsters to kill off our main mobsters.
Yep.
Now, the little detail that
Mafia 1.
the Mafia one, yes. Now, the little detail that I forgot to mention, as he was telling about his son left and all that, all of a sudden there was a phone call because he was about to reveal that, you know, his son is probably dead. You know,
Yeah.
he did give a little speech like, you know, I had a daughter in London, I had a store over there, and, you know, it was burnt down and I couldn't, like, he gave all his story. And he was about to say, no matter what I did, I can't bring her back. So he was about to say, no matter what you'll do, you cannot bring your son back. As he was about to say that sentence, so he said, no matter what you can do, the phone rings. As the phone rings, he's like, oh my God, it's the son. He said he's over in this place, whatever, in this corner. Meet me in 20 minutes. So basically telling them get the fuck away from the store.
Yeah.
What was really
elaborate ruse and like at this point everyone's like, if you're watching this at this point, you're like, it's nail biting. You're like, what the hell is gonna happen?
It is nail biting. It's a great movie. It's a great storytelling.
It's gripping.
You know, it's one of those movies. There is no action whatsoever, and yet there's so much tension.
Yeah,
so much tension.
Stakes are high. The dialogue and writing is fantastic. It's a very simple film, but it's very like dynamic.
Yeah, you know what? You'd be surprised about the simple films. Even simple films can be absolutely amazing, and this is one of them. Great movie, great movie.
But we're not done.
We're not done. So as I said, the mafia left. She makes the call to the other mafia, tells them there's going to be
an ambush
on you, and at this time, at this place, and all that. And by the way, I have the tape. The tape is over here. I'm willing to sell it for you. So they said, okay, no problem. We'll come in an hour. In the meantime, while they wait, the English shows the secretary what really happened. So she'll be in on it because now we see like, okay, she's the rat. So we know for a fact she is a rat. But we don't know if she's the only rat. There could be more than one rat. So now while we wait, she sees a body. She asks like what happened over here and all that. And then they come up with the plan. Okay, obviously the other mob is going to come here. I'm going, and the god says, you know, you're going to sell the tape. I'm going to kill them, and I'll be the head mafia, and we all get to live. Yeah. They say, okay, no problem. So he goes, hides in the other room, closes the door, closes the lights.
Like a little closet.
Exactly. Yeah. So then the other mafia arrives, and, you know, they speak with each other, and they say like, okay, you know.
Confirm that they killed the old mafia.
They confirm they killed the other mafia. So that's it with them. And they say, okay, like, give us the tape. And she says, money first. They put a briefcase on the table and open it. They don't say a word. They don't say, here's the money. They don't say anything. English and the secretary, they look at it. And as she's about to, like, okay, here's the tape. As she's about to say that, English is like, excuse me, are you robbing us? What's going on? Like, and he points like to his finger with his finger to his lip, like, shh, be quiet.
No.
And he says like one person, like with his finger while he
with his fingers, yeah.
He says like, you know, this is not okay. We had a deal. And as he's saying all of this, he says, in that room, one person, gun.
Yeah.
So now they understand. And the reason why he said that, because before they opened the door for the mafia, the secretary said like to English, you do know he is going to kill us as well. He's not just going to kill them and leave us alive. So he added that to his calculation. He's like, that's why he's now ratting on him.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
I saw that. Solid.
So yeah,
That was
so
such a good scene. He was just like, "Whoa, wait, what?"
it was great how he's again, this lie that he came up with was again to save his own life.
Mhm.
Every lie that we saw he told in this movie was just to save his life and the secretary's life. So he's a good liar, yes. But
Mhm.
when it comes to save his life, about other stuff, we have no idea. So
Mm.
we don't know. Anyways, so the security guard comes out with his gun pointing, but the other mafia, she has her security guards. They have their guns on him. They shoot him like 2 or 3 times, something like that. He falls down, and now they sell off the tape, and everyone goes on their way. And you would think that's it, happy ever after, but no, the movie's not over yet. And it's like, okay,
Mm-mm.
so the secretary, she wants to travel the world, as we said earlier, and he tells her, you should take the money and leave, because you you did tell us in the beginning of the movie, you lived over here your entire life, how to deal with these people, and if you stay over here, you will become your own mafia. He doesn't say this word for word, but he says,
Mhm.
like, it's not good for you to stay over here, because at the end, imagining killing will not be imagining anymore. And
Yeah.
she nods like, yes. So if she stays in this city, she will at the end become a mafia, because she's that good. So she takes the money and she leaves, and that's the last time we see her. Then
But
oh no, yeah, sorry. Before she even leaves,
Mm.
I forgot to mention. So she's like, okay, so the mafia is dead. You can start all over. And he says, well, not really. It's like, why is that? And he goes behind the couch and he reveals a recording tape, a recording machine,
Mhm.
basically saying he is the rat,
From
saying
the whole time.
from the very beginning, and he reveals his entire plot. So this is what he tells us. He has been recording this entire conversation of what has been happening in the room, how they killed the kid, how the head mafia was over here, and then he killed a lot of people and he left. He's dead, so it doesn't matter. How the other mafia came over here, admitted to killing the god, and
Mhm.
also the other mafia, and
Mhm.
living. And all of this is recorded on the tape. The English is giving this tape to the secretary, tells her, give this to the FBI. Don't tell me where you go. I don't want to know. It's the safest thing to do. That's one. Two, about the outfit. Like I said, the mafia has been getting in the mailbox in the store mail, and one
Mm.
piece of mail with a symbol on it. We
Mhm.
find out that English has been the one putting that mail with that symbol inside the mailbox to
Yeah.
throw the mafia off, to think
Yep.
that the outfit is looking at them, wanting them to join the outfit. Just finish this job,
Mhm.
use this, and we will consider you to join the outfit.
He's a conniving, smart man.
Yeah, he is. He is. And that's like, oh my god, like you've been planning all of this for months, for like from the very beginning.
Mm.
You alone took down a mafia without even killing anyone. And not only
Well,
that, he didn't kill anyone. The
with his
mafia,
shears?
well, okay, that's at the end of the movie, dude.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, but I'm saying, like, at this point of the movie, he killed an entire mafia without
Mm.
killing anyone because he made
With a
the other.
simple recorder, a piece
With
of paper. The pen is truly mightier than the sword.
Yeah, but he made the other mafia do the killing for him without them
Mm.
knowing. So he killed the entire mafia by the other mafia killing them. Then he was able to throw the other mafia to prison by recording them. He took down 2 mafias alone.
Solid
Alone. It's like,
strats, man.
what the fuck? Insane. Absolutely insane. Amazing. And it's this old, guy, this old cutter. It's like, wow. Absolutely amazing. Genius.
Mm.
So in the meantime, we have this our mind blown. The secretary, she leaves. In the meantime, English is preparing his stuff. To close up shop. Not only to close up shop, but to also burn down shop, to
Yep.
start again and leave this place. As he's doing that, we find out that the guard that was shot 3 times is not dead. He's still alive. And
Mhm.
I did say earlier in the episode, it's very important how they kept mentioning he was shot 6 times and survived.
Mhm.
From the very beginning, they have been telling us 6 bullets won't kill him. So over here we saw 3 bullets. Obviously, he's not dead.
Mhm.
So it's like, wow, from the very beginning, you've been telling us, he's not going
This
to die
guy's
by
tough as
bullets.
nails.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now everything is on the shop is on fire because English put it on fire. The guard is awake now with his gun. He shoots English on the shoulder, and that's he's out of bullets. And now there's a little
Little tussle.
a little tussle, and then we have a conversation from English, and he reveals another what the fuck moment. And he says, I'm like you. I've always been like you. You just don't understand it. As he's doing it, he pulls down his sleeves. And as
Yeah.
he's pulling down his sleeves, you see tattoos. And then you realize,
Mhm.
holy shit,
This guy's one badass motherfucker.
this guy's in the mafia. He's been in a mafia. Oh my God.
Mhm.
He's not just a typical cutter old man. No, he's the mafia man. Oh my God.
Mhm.
He's been in the mafia. And he tells us, I've been in the mafia. It doesn't tell us which mafia. It doesn't really matter. And at some point he had enough. He just left. He hid. He started a family. He fell in love, started his shop. He learned how to be a cutter. The mafia found him, burned down his shop, and he was asleep. He
Killed
didn't
his
know
family.
that, killed his family. And because of that, he realized he can't stay anymore in London, and that's why he left. Now, here is my theory about him. After we find out that he was in the mafia, why would he know the symbol for the outfit? What if he was in the outfit?
Maybe. It's possible. I didn't think about it too far. I just thought because anybody would know their symbol, I think, in the mafia world. They'd be like, okay, this is this is like the sign, a gain sign to look out for. So beware, on if it's on a piece of paper or on the street, But that is a very valid theory for sure.
I have multiple theories about him. So that is one of them. The other one is they do tell us the outfit. They will recruit you if they like your style. If they like your style, they will recruit you. You'll be a part of the outfit. He is a one-man mafia. He was able to take down 2 mafias. What if that's his style? What if he is till this day still in the mafia? He's lying to everyone because he's an amazing liar. Now we know he's a great liar. What if he's still in the mafia and his job, what he does, is go from
Just to
town
end
to
other
town?
mafias.
Exactly, that's what he does. Go.
I thought that too. I don't know. It's like almost any theory is plausible because there isn't really enough information on him other than unless you really understand what his tattoos mean. But I didn't recognize or understand it. It just was like, oh, okay, like, all right.
Yeah, when it came to the tattoo, other than like this guy's a fucking badass, I don't know what the meaning is. If you are a mafia person, so you probably do know.
All right. To any of
That's
our mafia listeners out there, if you want to send us an anonymous letter with the explanation, we'll gladly listen or read it. We
don't
may not
ki-
necessarily.
don't do it, because then that means they know where we live, and I should be afraid for my life.
I would assume that they would already know where we live, so you might as well.
No, I'm okay.
Well, all right, fair enough. Never mind. Any of our mafia listeners out there, just keep on doing what you're
Fuck
doing.
off.
Well, okay, maybe don't say that. My friend here doesn't really mean that.
It's all fun and games, and
Mhm.
it's all shit and giggles until someone shits and giggles. And
So in the end, these two get in a tussle, a big
so,
fight.
yeah, so they get into a tussle, a fight, and the god has a knife, and he's about to stab English, and lo and behold, we totally forgot he put his suitcase on the table. And in the suitcase there is his shield. He quickly takes it, stabs the guy in the neck, and fucking kills him. And
Juicy.
we can see all the anger because he takes the shield up above his head. It's like, here, I'm about to make the finishing blow, as the guy's choking on his blood. And you can see all the evil in him. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah,
from
from this
this,
very timid creature to this like archaic
exactly.
power.
Like, I will not look at your eyes if you are above me. If you're mafia, I will look down. I will show you respect and all that. From this guy, like, you should be afraid of me. It's
Mhm.
this complete 180 on this guy. Oh my god. Absolutely amazing. And I also, here's another thing that I forgot to mention. Why does the end and the beginning match and connects with each other? I should have mentioned this earlier. So when English reveals to the secretary about the tape, you know, he tells her they have a fake tape. I'm like, what do you mean they have a fake tape? He shows her the real tape, and he says, I gave them a fake tape. And then we see a flashback to what we heard in the beginning, the opening. We hear, to the naked eye, a regular person will only see a suit as two pieces. But
Yeah.
lo
That's
and
the full
behold,
narration. The whole narration has been his explanation in the
tape.
recording. Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck? Sorry, I forgot to mention it in the, when I had to, but yeah. So he's an amazing liar. He was able to take down two mafias without getting caught, and start anew, let his secretary start her new life, with, I don't know how much money. He's amazing. It's a great movie, simple movie, slow at the beginning, around 20 minutes, picks up the pace and just gets more and more interesting.
Draws you into the world.
It really
Yeah.
draws you in. I highly suggest it. It's a fun movie. It is definitely a fun movie.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 would
It
watch
is.
again, would recommend, and like it was just a solid film. Definitely a 10 on in my books. And
Yeah.
I'm actually going to write that in my favorite list, in my movie of my favorite, or my list of favorite movies. There we go.
It is. I have to say, it is one of my favorite movies as well. I do want to do, like, here's my top 10 movies of 2022, but we haven't talked about a lot of movies. But either way, this is definitely on, in the top 10. Maybe number 2 as of right now on top of my head. I can't think of other movies, but this is probably number 2.
I got too many, and I got weird ones, so it's
Oh,
hard. I like I said, I have a list.
I don't have a physical list. I should make a list for every year. That actually would be fun. But yeah, in my top 10 as of right now, I'm completely blank on other movies. This is my number 2. I will at some point make a list and re-rank this properly. Or maybe I'll just start all my ranking for 2023. We'll see. So yeah, that is the movie. We see English leaves the store. Everything is on fire. and he walks away.
It was good times.
It was a good time. This is a movie I would have enjoyed watching it in theaters. Would be really, really fun. Anyways, I do believe we got to the end of our episode for today. I'm your host, Joel, and with us today,
And I'm Moses Moon.
Moses Moon. We talked about the movie The Outfit 2022. Spoilers obviously. Give us 5 stars on Spotify and everywhere else. I'll put all the links for my Hebrew podcast, Moses Instagram radio show in the bio. Until then, bye.
Bye.
It's almost 1 a.m.